Wait a minute. Can you hear me? Okay, I go. Okay, okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome in. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. Just wondering what the hell this girl up here talking about. I really do appreciate it. Excuse me. I'm kind of stuffy. We got this winter thing going on. It is Thursday, July 22nd, and it's getting cold out here. My nose is getting a little stuffy. So I'm working through it. But anyway, let me pull this thumbnail down. Now I know y'all see the thumbnail. We might talk about these people, but then we might not. Because I recalled that I said that I was going to do like this little montage of like Real Housewives and Married to Medicine stuff that I have been seeing, you know, over the past couple weeks, because it's just a whole bunch of shade. It's just be more shade going on off screen than on screen, right? So I said, well, I'm going to pull some stuff together and I'm going to see how that goes. But then I started seeing other stuff and I was like, okay, now I don't know if I want to talk about this or talk about that. So we just gonna talk about it out. Now, the first topic that I want to talk about is Russell Simmons' daughter. What's her name? Aiko? Iako? Aoko? Whatever. Anyway, the youngest daughter, she said that she's not coming back to the United States anytime soon. I didn't even know that the girl had left and moved to Bali and, looking for a new home or she'd have moved in with her dad. Now, the youngest sister is living her best life from what it looks like, and she isn't being shy about it. The 23-year-old model, and I use that word loosely, model. Nowadays, a model, escort, whatever. Um, she is the daughter of Kimora Lee and Russell, y'all know that. She just made it very clear that she has no plans to return to the United States anytime soon. You know what? If I had the option to go somewhere and like choose America or go somewhere and live rent free, I pick the place to go and live rent free somewhere else. I don't know. You know what I mean? America is hard. And America is really only it's for the strong. You can't be weak over here. You can't. Like people come over here and like this African chick, she had braided my hair and she was just saying like she didn't realize how much work she had to do coming over here. You know what I mean? Like I guess back at home, she didn't have as much of a stressful life. And I was like, yeah, welcome to the dream. So, we laughed about it or whatnot. But over the weekend, a yokai, we're gonna call her Kiki for short. She shared some Instagram videos or whatnot in the stories, and it was kind of giving fans like a glimpse into her life over there in Bali with a message that basically said, and it's going across the screen. It was like, move back to the US. This move back to the US. I wear backless sundresses every single day and I never have to wear shoes. So the answer is no. I mean, exactly. That's why a lot of people they come here, they get their money, and then they go back home. Like who wants to hustle and bustle all the time, right? Now, judging from the photos, she is not exaggerating. In the stories, she was showing off, these breathtaking views from what appears to be a luxury home or resort. I don't know. One shot showed the greenery visible from her bed, and, another one was taken from like inside of her shower, opening up like a tropical outdoor scenery type environment. I mean, she ended the series with a soft caption that read, "But I miss you all." I don't even know the lady, so I don't really care, right? Last time I heard she was hugged up on a 69-year-old sugar daddy. So I mean, I guess it would be cool to be over there in Bali because they like them really young and really thin, and she's really young and really thin. And you know what a dad had told her on that Zoom call we had all seen, where he was like, you can't really make no money because you don't have no breasts, but if you get some breasts, you could probably pull in a couple big ballers. Mm-hmm. That's what the man told his daughter. Now she's been spending time in Bali where her father, Russell Simmons, he has been living since 2018. He had relocated following those multiple sexual assault allegations. Now, he denied it. Now, The daughter has been spending time in Bali, where her father, Russell Simmons, has been living since 2018. Now, y'all know Russell relocated following those multiple sexual allegations in the United States, which he denied. Now, in 2024, he also pushed back on claims that he is unable to freely return to the United States. Now, despite the very, very, very public fallout between Russell and his daughter a couple years back, there appears to be, some healing that didn't happen behind the scenes. And in 2024, Russell shared that he and his daughter, they spent the holidays together in Bali. So, it is what it is, right? He had posted for the last month, "I have been so blessed to have my brilliant, loving, and amazing daughter here. There is no greater gift to a dad, than his daughter." Yeah, some people might look at that kinda odd. I don't look at that odd, but, it's certain things that if Trump says it versus, I don't know, someone else, it just comes off weird, you know what I mean? Now, he also shared footage of he and his daughter practicing yoga earlier this year, reflecting on how he introduced both, his daughters to yoga science, which, when they were children. She personally, practiced it in her life. In 2024, she was briefly linked to, yeah, I remember when she was linked up to that 65-year-old entrepreneur. After the two was spotted kissing on the side. Yeah, I remember when they were spotted kissing on the side of the beach. Disgusting. Now, the relationship reportedly ended within days, but the internet reaction was intense, right? Now, her mother later spoke about the situation, calling, the large age gap relationship predatorial and admitting, that she was shocked to learn that the romance, she was shocked about it, especially when you learning it from everybody else. It's different when you can hide it, but girl. Now, Onika, she seems focused on herself and her peace and her new environment, so that's great because we don't need her spazzing out. I think that's the one that ended up getting I think she passed the lawyer school, but I'm not sure if she did the bar. I don't know. Now between the tropical serenity, the barefoot moments, and all this other stuff, and soaking up the sun, I don't blame her. I wouldn't be in a rush to leave there either. So, Bali might be her new home, and I'm not mad at it. Life should not be stressful. So if she's choosing not to have a stressful life, who are we to judge? You know what I mean? Who are we to judge? So, I guess best of luck to them. Theirs, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, let's see who else we want to talk about. Cause I think I might go ahead on and play the little montage with hold on. I'm just wasting this stuff. Okay. Think I might just play the little montage because it ain't that many videos. It's a couple of them, but it's quite interesting. But needless to say, I am gonna go and talk about Ray J next, and then Young Boy NBA. And let me tell y'all something: when them police let Young Boy go and they had drugs on him, I knew right then and there it was something that wasn't clean in the water. Now that we're gonna talk about Ray J, you know, I don't really feel bad for Ray J. You know what I mean? At some point, it's a choice. You have your childhood. You can't really help that. Then you kind of grow out of that in your 20s, where you kind of steer away from those bad habits that you might have learned, or intentionally learned or unintentionally learned or whatever. But you kind of mature. But it's nothing worse than somebody in their like 40s or above saying this is how I act or this is why I act the way that I act because I don't know my mom or my dad. It's like between your 40s, like come to come to F on, right? So I said all that to say that Ray J is feeling, he's feeling some type of way after all the chaos that happened in 2025, and he had that bout with pneumonia. So he's promising to do better. I just wish that Brandy get her little brother because I am just so sick of him. I really am. I am sick of him. Now, Ray J had one of the most chaotic years, we've seen from the R&B artists so far. He promises that it's all in the past. He said he's gonna do better. I don't know how many times he told Princess Love that, but he's telling us that I really don't give a damn. Now, while he's still, got a ton of legal drama to clear up, he has announced that he's turning over a new leaf in 2026. Yeah, listen to this. He claims he will be making major changes this year, and it feels like it couldn't have come at a better time. So, what exactly prompted this decision? Yeah, I know y'all wondering. Like, yeah, y'all wondering, right? It was a hospitalization. I think that was the tipping point for this man. I do believe that that was the tipping point. Now, Ray J turned 45 on the 17th of July, I mean, of June, and it appeared to be a quieter birthday celebration than he had ever had. Like, in the previous years, it's always something, right? He'll share, stuff on his Instagram or his TikTok or whatever. But this year, he shared an update on the Instagram thanking fans for their continued support, but acknowledged that his behavior over the past 12 months had left something to be desired, right? He called 2025 a crash out campaign. I think he planned that from the beginning. If you look at a lot of his audio or videos, Ray J be planning that stuff. He'll say, I wouldn't put it past him to say, okay, 2025 is going to be a chaotic year. 2026, I'm going to fix up my life. 2027, I'm going to be on. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't trust people like that. You get what I'm saying? Because you very manipulative. And I don't like that. I can't deal with people who, it's one thing to be, to think ahead, but don't manipulate me while you thinking ahead? But I guess, they say it's an art of war or whatever. But yeah. So Ray J went on to say that he is focusing on making the coming year better, insisting that he, recognizes changes are needed. He said, excuse me, he said he was taking full accountability of his mistakes. He noted the misses and his children. He didn't name the biggest scandals of the year, though. Still followers knew exactly what he was talking about, child, 'cause we seen it. Now, while Ray J is adamant that he is going to be a changed man, his new persona will still have plenty of old trouble to clear up. Now, y'all know Ray J left 2025 with a host of legal drama. First, he'll have to address his issues with his estranged wife, Princess Love. In November, the judge issued a protective order against Ray J. The order stemmed from the whole Thanksgiving incident in which the artist pulled a GUN on his estranged wife while their children were inside the home. And then earlier January, Ray J asked a judge to, you know, modify the order so that he could contact the kids he shared with his reality TV star wife. Now, this incident happened on Twitch. Y'all know it was live, so ridiculous. Now, aside from his custody drama with Princess Love, Ray J just had two lawsuits he hadn't cleared up yet. You got the one with Kim K and then with Chris Jenner, who are suing him for suggesting that they were investigated for racketeering. Now, he made the comment more than once. He will also need to see American Express in court over a massive balance. According to Complex, the credit card company filed a lawsuit against Ray J and the company for a breach of contract. They say that the musician and his company owed him nearly $140,000. Now, this lawsuit was filed early December. Now, Ray J plans to do better this year. Came as something of a shock, even to his fans. Until recently, the R&B artist had been adamant that he's, done absolutely nothing wrong. So, what prompted this change? It appears to be that he went to the hospital. Now, earlier this month, Ray J was hospitalized with pneumonia. According to TMZ, the musician landed in a Vegas hospital after he experienced difficulty breathing and chest pains. He was very, very sick years ago with this, similar infection and ended up on oxygen. Now, this case appears to be, less severe than the last one. So, that's good. But I don't know, man. What y'all think? Y'all think Ray J gonna change? I think a cheater never loses his spots. You know what I mean? I just don't think that I just don't think that it's possible. I think that Ray J is just doing this for another check. He ain't doing this for the betterment of nobody but himself. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch some of Ray J interviews where he talks about when he do positive things for the community, it's no media, no feedback, no nothing. But he has to do something to get people's attention because that's what help pay the bills. Because the engagement and he monetize off that. So I mean, it is what it is. But now let's get to Young Boy. Cause let me tell y'all something. These devils, what they say, I'm gonna send one of your own to kill you, right? And so they got Young Boy. He rooting for Trump. It is what it is, but let's talk about it. Now here we go with the foolishness. I didn't believe it, but I'm not surprised because someone had to remind me that he did get a pardon. So, that's quite interesting. Now NBA, y'all know NBA Youngboy, is shedding light on the meaning behind his new album titled Massa, Masa. Now, in a recent interview with Complex, the rapper who, excuse me, was named the best rapper alive in 2025 by the outlet, explained that MASA stands for Make America Slime Again. It's crazy. He took Young Thug's, he destiny swapping with Young Thug. Ain't that crazy? In real time too. So yeah, when asked what the phrase means, to him, NBA responded, "Follow whatever Trump is applying in every way, enforce whatever Trump's applying. That's it." That's absolutely ridiculous, and I just want to see how stupid these kids are. Now, the 26-year-old declined to elaborate on whether the album title relates to any personal relationships with the president or to speculations about the possible presidential pardon. The interview comes during doing a stretch in this Baton Rouge. He's from Baton Rouge. He recently received his ninth solo album, Slime Cry, and announced the launch of his own, production company, 38 Films. Now, the company's first project will be a documentary chronicling his life and career. Now, production with Foundation Media Partners and directed by I don't know some dude like Nico Ballaresto. Sounds Italian. Now, NBA YoungBoy is not just an artist, is what they're saying. He's a cultural force. This film that they're trying to do is going to give like audiences a real window into who he is behind the stage. Now, it's giving coon. It's giving coon. What do you mean? It's just follow whatever Trump applying in every way, enforce whatever Trump's applying. That's it. That sounds like he's repeating exactly what somebody told him. These boys need to learn how to go independent. I'm talking about really go independent. Because see, this is the type of foolishness that we don't need out here around our churn. Well, y'all churn. You get what I'm saying? Because hopefully my daughter doesn't have any kids and we could just stop it. Because to be honest, I'm glad I had my child when I had my child. Because I don't know what the hell going on in this day and age. These people crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, he's he on that Trump stuff, so you can take it how you want. And then I saw another article where he was just saying that excuse me, that wait, did they go into something else? Because I just want to make sure. Because I'm trying to see, because he did another interview, but yeah, he still didn't go into like what he meant by just putting pressure to whatever Trump is, wanting out there in the universe. Like, so you just willing to just go out here and follow this man because yeah, you owe him something. You might be looking at life in prison. That's why you gonna, and that's crazy. Our people, our people. What we gonna do? The generation seem to be lost. Well, not all, because there's a lot of smart ones out there. But they just attacking left, right. It just seems like every which way. black people getting attacked. Just not necessarily black, but black, brown, anything with a tan to the skin. You get what I'm saying? It's just getting ridiculous. But we will not give up. We will not. We shall overcome. Do I have that on here? Damn. I would have played that for y'all too, but I don't. But anyway, let's talk about Lunel. Let me just say this about Lunel and Al B. Sure real quick. Cause people keep talking about they dating and all that other stuff. Lunel and Al B. Sure ain't dating. These people been knowing each other for years, over 30, 40 years. Lunel talks about Al and Kim being together, and I think Lunel just lost her longtime lover. You get what I'm saying? Like they pass all that. And even if they get down to the nitty gritty, it would never be how it once was. You know what I mean? Now, the 1980s just called and somehow managed to surprise everybody. Over the weekend, they are saying that Lunel took to Instagram and casually revealed that she is dating Al B. Sure. Yes, that smooth voice from, the 80s, that heart throb. I don't believe it. But yeah, the internet got to asking questions and all this other stuff. But this is not the pair's first time, being out in public. They've been spotted here and there, whatnot. But yeah, this wasn't on anybody's bingo card, child. I tell you that much. Now, Lunel is 65, loud, proud, unfiltered, and famously comfortable in her own skin. Albie Shore is 56. Oh, okay. Known for his silky vocals. Are they silky? Romantic ballads. Nah, just in the eyes of the beholder. And a legacy built on a legacy. I don't even have time to be Googling what all that mean. But anyway, yeah, so he done built his quote unquote legacy on emotional R&B classics like Looks Are for Fools and Night and Day. I know Night and Day. I don't know who the hell Look of the Fool is. Now on the surface, they couldn't be more different. And yet, according to Lunel, they are very much together. I guess these opposites did attract. Now, Albie Shore rose to fame in the late '90s as one of R&B's most polished stars, which I give him that. With his model looks, his falsetto heavy sound, and clean cut image, he was positioned as a softer alternative to the rougher edge of hip hop that was emerging at the time. Now, his career included he had a hit album, chart topping singles, and a long lasting reputation as a ladies' man. Now, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Maybe the old hoes know, but I don't know about all that. I don't know. I don't know. He had a baby with Kim, and then Kim got snatched up by Puffy, and Puffy threatened for him not to be around no more. And for many years, I thought that Albie Shore was dead, to be honest with you, because that's just what I thought. But anyway, but yeah, his personal life, however, was, you know, complicated to say the least. Now, Albie Shore is perhaps just as well known for his profile, his highly profile relationships as he is for his music. He famously dated supermodel Kim Porter. Was she a supermodel? Like, we just throwing out titles. You get what I'm saying? We just giving people just titles. You get what I'm saying? Now they gonna say Lunel is the queen of comedy. You get what I'm saying? Like, we just throwing out titles. She was a supermodel. He was the high profile R&B guru of the late night. Now, damn it, no. Now it's too damn much. I'm sorry. I just listen. I just hate how people just use because words matter. You know what I mean? They do. I might stutter here and there. My mouth get a little wet, get a little dry. Yeah. Either way, my point is words matter. Okay. Now, like I said, he dated Kim Porter. Y'all know that he has a child with Kim Porter, her oldest son, who Diddy later adopted. So yeah, it is what it is. But we know over the years he's had issues with his health, industry politics in a sense. and just feeling like he was sidelined during, certain areas of his career. And he's done interviews and talked about it or whatnot, so it's not a secret. But romantically, he has often kept things quietly, even when the woman he was linked to, were not. But yeah, with Lunel, she ain't holding nothing back. The veteran comedian, she built her career by saying exactly what others were thinking, but were too afraid to say out loud. Now, I'm not sure if y'all watched her last comedy special that was on it's on Netflix. Oh my god, it sucked. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand when it's a comedy special and then you just expect it so much and it is such a letdown. And if you thinking like, oh no, Lunel, it was so funny. Oh my god, stop lying. I remember when the Kevin Hart comedy special had came out because I was like, I haven't seen Kevin Hart out in a minute. I had heard he had did, a couple of things with Netflix or whatever. So, I'm not a hater. I'm gonna give it a chance. I didn't laugh one time doing that cat wig. I don't even think I watched it all the way through. And then I turned on Cat Williams. I didn't watch the Kevin Hart. I turned it off because it was like I'm trying to recall if I watched it all the way through or not. And then I had talked to a homeboy of mine who live out in Alabama, and he was like, "Man, that shit was not funny at all." And I was like, "Oh my god, thank you," because it's like that. It was not funny. And I actually put on because I thought my funny bone had broke. So I had put on another comedy special, like I think Kevin Hart I mean not Kevin Hart, like Cat Williams, I think it was Cat Williams. And I was no, it was Dave Chappelle. Because Dave Chappelle had just dropped his special. Kevin Hart special had already been out, and I watched the Dave Chappelle special. And I was like, okay, so it's not me. Okay, it was Kevin Hart. Okay, he wasn't funny. Okay. But anyway, Lunel, y'all know she like to talk about sex and dating and aging and money and especially, from her perspective as a woman who she just basically refuses to fade into the background. Now her dating history is, intentionally unconventional. She has dated younger men, she's dated entertainers, non-entertainers, and has repeatedly said she refuses to follow social rules about who she should or shouldn't date, right? Right. Now, which makes this relationship, I don't know, I guess make a little bit more sense is that people we know that they know each other. Lunel has always said she likes confident men who are secure enough to handle a woman with a big personality. And I'll be sure for all his smoothness has lived enough life to understand exactly who he is and what he can and cannot deal with. So I mean, I think people are kind of split, right? I think Lunel money is straight and good, and Al could come in and kind of, do his hobo living without pissing her off. Because you got to remember now, at some point in time, you got to think, what do they need from me? Now, if Albie Shue is good and he financially straight and he don't need nothing, he gets some royalty checks or whatever, then perfect. But I know Lunel had made a bank off of her OF. Like, I think she said she made enough off of her OF in a year. She built a house. That gotta and I think she built it out in Vegas. But then that's another thing too, because Vegas real estate is bad. You could probably build you a 6 bedroom, 6 bath with a pool, a volleyball court, golf course, and maybe a little soccer field. I don't know, maybe about $200,000, $300,000. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody moving to Vegas. Have you been to Vegas before? It's like soon as you land, you just feel and smell lost souls and hopes and dreams, and it's just a sad, sad place. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm not even split about it. I think that is cute. I think it'll be cool if it is true because they have known each other for so long, so it's just that comfort there. But, if it's not, then this will just get them something else to talk about. Now, like I said, some people are genuinely confused, others are entertained, many are applauding the fact that the 2 over, 50 are publicly dating without trying to fit into, anyone's expectations. And just imagine if Lunel, like, had a crush on Albie Shore back in the '80s when he was popping, because all the women did. Think about you, I'm You ain't I knew all that. I know. Now, and I don't know if this is like the real headline though, but whatever. This is not a couple trying to be, on Instagram like that. It's not like a branding relationship. It's not like they're trying to do it for clout. If anything, it feels like, two people who have already lived their lives and deciding to enjoy the rest of their lives, kind of on their own terms. Like I like you, you like me, whatever. Sometimes you gotta look past them. He might like big girls. And I know she like Albie Shore because he's still cute. Now, Lunel announced a relationship with confidence and humor, which makes me think that it's a joke, making it clear that she is not seeking approval. And Al has not yet made any kind of public statement, but those close to him say that he is in a good place and enjoying the attention. So that's what makes me think that it's just kind of like a little joke or whatever. And I'm not even mad at it because that's Lunel. She do jokes, and and he needs something to put him out there in the streets. So I'm not knocking it. Not knocking it at all. I actually like it. I do. Mhm. I like it. All right. Now what I don't like is how Meg and Milagro just this it's just like it's like the gift that just keep on giving. Now, y'all not about to believe what done happened next in this courthouse. Ugh. Yep. Yep. They back at it again. So this is fresh news. And sorry, but the poor girl. You know what? I feel kind of bad for both of them. I feel bad for Meg because I know it's hard, her being a celebrity, and you know what I'm saying. You go from being a regular schmegular girl to now people are talking about you, and you can't control what people say. You just hope that they be nice and objective and don't, have like a biasness to it. But at the same time, everyone's not gonna like your music. Everyone's not gonna like your fashion. Everyone's just not gonna like you. So, I feel it's just girl, don't look at me like that. I'm just saying. I know it's hard. But at the same time, Milagro, yeah, I mean, they did say that you put that deep fake porn out and that wasn't cool at all. And Tyrese, that's not funny. Like you need to stop because you're looking real hobo-ish right now. And yeah. Dang, I meant to pull up for the House of the Villains. I meant to pull that up, but I'm gonna pull that up in a minute. But anyway, well, I might not get to it since I ain't got no video to show y'all, and I don't be wanting to do all that extra while I'm on here because I kind of try to prepare before I get on here. I know y'all don't think I do, but I do. I do. I care enough to do that. So anyway, now y'all know that Meg Thee Stallion, she, with the legal battle with the blog of Milagro Graham is continuing as Milagro is pushing back against the rapper's appeal. Now, Graham, who is representing herself, yeah, she no longer has representation. She is representing herself because, to be honest, the funds ain't there. Now, recently, she filed a response arguing that there is no reason to reopen the case after the court, dismissed Meg's defamation claim. Now, according to the filing cited by All Hip Hop, Graham's claims that Meg Thee Stallion already accepted the benefit of the reduced judgment and should not, she shouldn't be allowed to challenge the outcome. Now, she also argues that Meg previously agreed to allow a jury to determine whether Graham's qualified as a, media defendant. hmm Now, the lawsuit filed in 2024 accused Grams of spreading false statements about Meg following the 2020 shooting involving Tory Lanez and of reposting deepfake pornography videos of the rapper. Now, in December, a jury found that Graham's work, fell under media protection, resulting in a dismissal of the defamation claim. However, the jury found Grams liable for promoting the deepfake content, resulting in damages, that were later reduced down to $59,000. So Meg got what she wanted because they reprimanded her as a media person, but she just didn't get the damages that she really wanted, because I think she wanted some millions, child. And they said, "Here, girl, take this 59." They didn't even get her half of $60,000 even. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me $59. Give me $60. Just gonna give me the 320s. You ain't gotta break it all up, you know? Now after the verdict, Milagro addressed supporters on Instagram Live. She was saying, I hope that you understand what new media is. That work that we put in is invaluable. Now, Grams added that she stood by her decision to fight the case, saying that I followed it all the way through. She said, noting she does not, seek validation from others. I mean, well, you have to follow it all the way through because if you don't, she gonna end up getting a judgment on her end anyway, right? Now, Meg's appeal is still pending, so I'm gonna be looking for that and watching it because I just want it to go away. Like Meg is in a new relationship. She's in another state. She looks like she's living a beautiful life. I hope she's not doing any of those that injections and stuff that I saw. Allegedly, it looked like it. But I hope that she move on and kind of let this go. You get what I'm saying? Because at some point, it's okay to just let things go, even if you don't want to. Just let it go. Because who is it really hurting? Is she holding on to this? The girl gotta pay you. You know what I'm saying? Just go on and get your money and just let it go. I don't know if she trying to get the girl. Is she trying to get to where the girl can't even say her name and like how Cardi B got where like she can't say her name or children's name, all kind of stuff, child. I'm talking about. I don't think Tasha K can mention Cardi B's fourth generation. I don't know, but yeah, I think they need to move on. I want to see what these young boys gonna do about YMB, young boy. Because at the end of the day, are y'all that stupid where y'all will follow behind the the person that's telling you keep your chains on? You get what I'm saying? Like, are you that brainwashed where you will let this dude just walk you down into the devil's mouth? Like I want to see you. I want to see. I don't know if I'm gonna be here when this happen. When it happens. I think I'm gonna take my 50 people, my 50 followers, and well, I gotta do background checks. I told y'all, if any of y'all ever come around me, gotta do a background check. Gotta make sure you don't have no kind of criminal history, no none of that. Fingerprints and all that. 'Cause safety first, okay? Safety first. I am not a diabolical type female. You get what I'm saying? I'm not like 6'4", 350, solid. No, that's not me. I'm like a flower. I'm very delicate. Okay. Okay. Now let's see here. Now who I want to talk about? Oh, wait. Before I get up out of here, let me let you hear what Milagro had said. Was this? Oh, this was after her court thing. Milagro Grams called Meg Thee Stallion supporters idiots during a Tory Lanez trial. Oh, okay. Well, we don't need to hear all that. You know, cause I know she biting that bullet, but ooh, oh, I didn't mean that. I did not mean it. I didn't mean that how they came out. And Tyrese, stop it. Okay, since Tyrese is laughing, let's talk about Do I want to talk about Tyrese? Cause he is just so not really he just really don't be worth it. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just don't know. I've seen where Tyrese was saying that loyalty has an expiration date in his little Instagram video. Let me just go down to the video and let y'all hear this fool for yourself. Cause sometimes you just get tired of hearing people talk. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see here. This about all y'all about to get from me about Tyrese. Y'all ready? All right, here it is.
I want you to make a decision.
He scared me immediately. Immediately, I clutched my pearls. Soon as he said, "I want you," I clutched my pearls. But whatever, let's go.
I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to do something uncomfortable, which is put your face mask on first before trying to help others. I know it's uncomfortable because the thought is, well, if the plane is going down, I got to put the face mask on the kids. I got to take care of my wife. I got to take care of my husband. I got to take care of them.
I don't think like that. I don't think like that at all. The plane going down, I'm putting my mask on first because I can't help the poor if I'm one of them.
Everybody and make sure everybody is okay. Everybody's okay, right? I'm f***ed up. I have nothing left, and I've taken care of everybody,
I didn't even know where he was going with this, but you see how I knew where he was going with this?
and I got nothing left. And does anybody care to notice? Hello? Does anybody care to notice that I got
I'm so sick of him.
nothing left for me?
No one cares.
I ain't got nothing financially.
That's your fault.
Does anybody want to pour into me the way I poured into everybody?
No,
Does anybody want to ask me if I need any food or groceries?
they never do.
Or y'all just gonna keep eating everything in the fridge, even when you got money and you can put food in the fridge, you don't do it because you're so used to
You
bleeding me dry.
you enabling them, sir.
This year,
What about this year?
we have to do it different.
We or you?
You've heard me say this before and I'll say it again. Loyalty has an expiration date.
All right. Well, say it like
You
you mean
can't
it.
continue holding on to dead weight. Right?
I wonder who he talking about is his dead weight. Because he only has Shayla. That's his daughter. And the young girl that I know he got a trick off on her because she young and he's older. Like, why else would a young girl be with an older guy? Like, if you in your 20s and you dating a 40-year-old guy, if you not tricking on this, if he not tricking on you, I'm talking about, you get what I'm saying? If you ain't tricking off and he ain't tricking on you, I ain't pushing prostitution. But I'm just saying, if you going to have a fun boy, you need to have a fun boy with somebody your own age. But if you going to have a fun boy and he older, oh, he got to have money and don't get pregnant.
Because every boat has a capacity. And the reason that you are out of it and you're wiped out and you're tired and you're depleted and you don't feel fulfilled is because you're continuing to function beyond your capacity.
I'm so sick of him.
Literally, think about this. I don't care if it's a Carnival Cruise Line ship, them huge boats. Every boat has a capacity. Your life has a capacity, and most of us are continuing to function beyond the scope of our capacity.
You know, people don't really start having these type of heart to heart moments with family that's bleeding them dry until they start trying to pull blood from their turnip. You get what I'm saying? You done waited too long. You should have been put an end to that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get the whole, I come into some money and I want to help everybody out. I have that guilty mentality. F it. F it, F it, F it. Throw it away because you cannot help the poor if you one of them. It's an old episode of Sanford and Son where he come into like I don't know, like, the episode where Lamont get him that pool table and then he end up selling the pool table and Lamont let him keep the money. And so now he got, I don't know, let's say he got $100. And back then $100 was a lot in the 70s, right? And so he just came into this $100 and the first thing that they wanna do, not Fred in a sense, but, you know, "Oh, let's go out and party." Like, why would you wanna spend it it's kinda like income tax, how some people when they get income tax, like, it's a goal to hurry up and run through it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like fire in your pockets, you gotta hurry up and get it out. Well, let's go ahead on and hear what this crybaby gotta say.
Capacity. And we got nothing left for ourselves. Giving your time, your energy, your bandwidth, your money, your resources, your relationships, your wisdom, your knowledge, your this, your that. And I'm not saying be selfish in a negative way. I'm saying be selfish in the capacity of putting your face mask on first to make sure that you're okay first. And stop functioning from a place of giving people more and more and more of what
Boy, they done drained this man dry. He probably down to his last million.
you don't have.
Y'all remember when he did I'm sorry, but y'all know I gotta cut through here. Man, they chopped and screwed my last video up on YouTube. Anyway, y'all remember when he did that video where he was showing that he had like a Benihana in his backyard? I don't care if he crying. Like, I find this quite funny. So you had a whole restaurant, a little mini restaurant in your backyard. You know how much I love Burger King? You know how much baller that'll be if I had like a Burger King in my backyard if I had a house? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't live in a house because, like, I don't want to cut grass to be responsible for that? But the whole thing is like a fucking Burger King in my backyard. You get what I'm saying? Ah, man. I'm just saying. Okay, anyway.
If you make it to the end of this video,
Because I don't know if I'm going to make
I
it.
want you to write
Now I ain't giving a speech.
capacity 2026. Write the word capacity 2026.
Oh, this nigga. Come on, Tyrese.
Put your face mask on first.
What else you got to say? Because I'm about to cut you off in a minute.
Mental health, therapy, getting massages, getting a manicure, pedicure, going to sit on that bench and reading that book. Going to go visit your friends from high school that you know the moment you see them, you're going to be laughing for 10 hours straight. Do the road trip, do the girls trip, do the fellas trip. Go to the man cave, go watch sports. I know your wife and your girlfriend and talked you out of connecting with all your friends because they
Oh, now he projecting. You know what? Like, I do enjoy going home and catching up and reminiscing, but I also enjoy that if I go home and certain, people are like actually out living a life, they might move to another state or they traveling. You get what I'm saying? I would hate if I'm always the one that where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? I'm still there, still there, still there. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that because I have family who, what I'm saying, they've been in houses and things like that for a long period of time. And they just, like I know they there. I also look at for the ones who but 'cause I guess it's kinda 50-50. 'Cause I got some people who they just don't like to travel. They don't wanna go nowhere. They don't want change. They don't want none of that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they cool. I don't know if it's fear or what it is. I ain't no psychiatrist. I never tried to diagnose them, so I don't know. But, and then I know people, family that would have loved to travel, but they just never got a chance to because either their mom had got sick and they had to stay with her, and then when she passed, they had kids and they were working, and so like the money was always tied up. And even if they had a husband or a long term partner, it just was always pillow to post type thing. You get what I'm saying? Like it never was enough to really save, or they might have went on a cruise here and there, but never like you get what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just like different life experiences. That's why I would love to just have some money because I would really do things to help people who I know. Because I have, because I got family members who I know never did stuff, and I would just love for them to experience it. And if I was able to give them the opportunity to do it, now, not saying I take care of them, but I would make their lives more comfortable over time, slowly but surely. Because I need you to understand. I need you to get to the level of understanding what money is before you could really get it. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. That might have went over your head, but whatever. Listen to this.
still sing when they up to no good. But your wife will never understand the joy that you feel
I forgot we was listening to this angry mofo. Ugh.
from hanging out with your boys that you grew up with because the things that y'all can talk about, only y'all can talk about. You're not going to be an unfaithful man.
All right, so I don't even want to put that. I'm just so over that. So he done did this emotional message, and this comes weeks after Tyrese said that he felt liberated following the finalization of his divorce from Samantha, who he dragged because he didn't want her to leave. Remember how he was like she down there put a I don't know if she do a restraining order on him. I think she was down there about to put a restraining order on him because he wouldn't leave her alone. Now he wanna sit up here and cry with his legs crossed. Y'all remember when he was on there crying about Will Smith and Jada not giving him that money? And then Bilal went on Tasha K and said, he seen a video of mm, I ain't even gonna say no more. Anyway, y'all go over there to Tasha K. I ain't I look if y'all if she ain't got it, I damn sure ain't got it. Okay. Now I do want to talk about the House of Villains because y'all know it's Tiffany Polar, and I don't know if y'all know New York, but she's on Flavor of Love. Y'all see the video, y'all see it right there. Jackie Christie and Dorit, and y'all remember Dorit was from Married to the Mob, yeah, because they had big Ange on there. So yes, I want to talk about that. So yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Let me get that out the way. I'm thinking I might watch this show and do some recaps on it. Cause I don't know, I've never watched House of Villains, so y'all know it's another reality show that's coming out, and well, this is their 3rd season, so they've been out, so Imma have to catch season 1 and 2. So if I do recap on it, I'm gonna do a full recap, which is 1 and 2, which is gonna be very fast, and then Imma go into, season 3. Now this is gonna be on Peacock, and did y'all know Peacock raised they damn rate, they membership rate? Cause see, I have free Netflix and I have free Netflix. I don't really watch Hulu except for when it's on Abbott Elementary. So I need to find a bootleg to get around that. Cause Hulu is expensive. That shit damn near $100. And then I have Amazon, but that's through, and I can't get rid of Amazon. And then I know I sound so bad. Oh, but yeah, I can't. I just do too damn much with Amazon. And then Peacock, I can't get rid of Peacock because Peacock be having some really good shows. It really do. But anyway, now Peacock has locked in, a premiere date of February 26th, which is a Thursday, with the first 3 episodes dropping on that day to kick off the chaos, right? Now y'all know that's the same day that traders. They should be wrapping up the week prior. So they're gonna be replacing one with the other. So that's gonna be perfect. So I ain't gotta worry about, doing all that at one time, even though I don't mind it all. I really don't. Now, this new season will stream exclusively on Peacock and bring together some of the wildest, funniest, and most notorious reality TV personalities under one roof to compete for $200,000 share in the title of America's Ultimate Supervillain. Now you got now for okay. So for those who aren't already obsessed, this is one of a kind reality competition series that originally launched on ETV back in October 2023 before moving over to Peacock for its 3rd season. Mm. Now it's hosted by Jack McHall. The show brings together infamous reality TV alums and forces them to, strategize, scheme, and throw shade as they compete in challenges, right? So I'm all for it already. Now they vote each other out and literally live together in one mansion. So it ain't nothing but another trader, traders. Now, fans love it for the unpredictability, the tea spilling confessionals, the shady confrontations, and the pure enjoy, in the drama that only reality villains can deliver. Now, across the first 2 seasons, the show has sparked intense social media discussions from, controversial title votes to jaw dropping alliances, which kept viewers coming back for more. Now, the past winners have only added to, the legend. Now, season 1, they crowned to to oh, Tanisha Thomas from Bad Girls Club. Okay, I remember her. While season 2 saw Safari Samuels snatch victory. Oh, and Safari won in season 2. Oh, damn! I hate that I done spoiled it for myself. But oh well. Now, those wins set the bar high because this new installment promises even bigger battles for, that supervillain crown, especially with New York gunning for the title one more time. I knew I seen her before or related to this. Okay, okay. So yeah, so like I said, they got Jackie Christie. Yeah, I know her from Housewives of what's she? Housewives of yeah, Basketball Wives. She know Housewives Basketball Wives, sorry. And then you got Dorit from Mob Wives. And then you have Paul Abraham from Big Brother and Tyson of Apostle from Survivor, the Challenger. And then you got Kay Kristen from Below Deck and from the Traders. Then you have Plain Jane from RuPaul's Drag Race. Johnny Middlebrooks from Love Island, USA, The Challenge. Is he straight? Hmm. Ashley Mitchell from The Challenge. Let's see. You got Christian Quinn from Selling Sunset. I don't know who any of these people are. Tom Sendovi from Vanderpumps and The Trader. Yeah, I know Tom. I think their restaurant closed. You know what? I didn't feel bad for Ariana when he cheated on her. Cause remember he was dating Kristen and he cheated on Christian with Ariana. And here it is for the next like 8 or 9 years we seeing them together. Yeah. Oh, I started at Vanderpump. I remember how Vanderpump came on. Remember when Beverly Hills was going off and old girl Sheena had came through from the front and went on that back to the back because Brandy had confronted her for sleeping with her man. Mm-hmm. And Christian was Chris. You know what? But over time, Christian, even though Christian was a nut, in my opinion, Christian was a nut. But a lot of the stuff that happened she wasn't lying. She knew it. And I didn't feel bad one time when all that shit happened and they had to close time and all that other stuff. Cause y'all know them girls wasn't about to be supporting time with all that. Now, okay, so let me see. Did I go over this? Okay, so here's the thing. So what can we expect in this season, right? Season 3. Now things are more wild. They saying that the alliance is a wild. There is a lot of unexpected betrayals. It's a lot of virtual fights, mental gameplay that will have you yelling at your screen. This season's, move to Peacock also means that it's, wider stream accessing so people can binge it or keeping up on the Thursday nights would be a vibe in its own. The episodes drop weekly after the premiere, so getting your watch party together is going to be real cute for the girls. And then season 3 is supposed to shape up to be one of the most historical ones, but they always say that every season is going to be historical. Child, everything is historical. Now getting ready because, look, with the cast, they already got some buzz that it's gonna be action packed. A lot of tea gonna be dropped, downright legendary. And I just can't wait to see how Jackie and New York are gonna interact with each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. You can't trust New York though. I wouldn't trust New York. If you watch Flavor of Love, you know you cannot trust New York. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's see who else we're gonna talk about before I get up out of here. Cause oh yeah. Okay, I might show y'all the thing. Did y'all see that show? His and Hers on Netflix? Tell me y'all seen it. Cause if you didn't, it's about to be a spoiler alert. Tell me you saw it. Okay. Now, if you ain't seen it, you might well just go ahead on and just go on head on. Cause I just I've been waiting on this, but I had to, right? Now, by now, you probably recovered from the Netflix delicious plot twist and turning limited series, His and Hers, which continues to reign at the top of the popular streamers' competitive TV charts, right? Now, according to Variety, the smash hit series put a chokehold on the number one spot with 29.5 million views after debuting with 19.9 views. 19.9 million views. Okay. Okay. Now, with a shocking string of twists and sharp left turns, his and hers is the latest social media obsession to trend for weeks while stirring up all sorts of hilarious shenanigans across the internet. Okay. Now, of course, we had to, look up something or look up an interview in a sense about Miss Crystal Fox because I just found her character to be so comforting yet sneaky yet like a wig snatching moment, right? Because she ended up being the killer. Okay. Like she was kind of like the last person you thought, but then also she should have been the first person you thought about, right? I don't know. But they had so many different like um coincidences that she just kind of faded to the side. But anyway, now in what will be remembered as a perfectly executed plot twist, Fox admits that she was, the one behind the murders of everyone who terrorized her daughter decades earlier, paving the way for Anna to get her, her dream in the end. So that was, I could knock that at all, right? Now, for those, that are tardy to the messy party, the series centers around Anna, who is Tessa Thompson, who lives in a reclusive haze, fading away from her friends and a career as a news anchor. But when she, overhears about a murder in a sleepy town where she grew up, Anna is snapped back into life. She pounces on the case and, because she wants to search for some answers. Now, while she's doing all this, Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement, chasing her into the, crosshairs of his own investigation in, one of the murders. Now, Jack is her husband, but they have been separated, right? Now, the director by co-showrunner William Oder and Anjet Marquita. The 6 episode limited series also stars Pablo Sabrino, Christy Fox, like I said, Satina Mina, Rebecca Ritterhouse, Maureen Ireland, and Poppy Lou. Now, Thompson was overheard making a comment saying that she was drawn to the murder mystery, genre and deeply admired the writer. So that's why she, jumped onto the project. Now, the concept of setting a mystery in a small town like Douglagen, I can't remember the name of the shit, but the place, and exploring its, communities, their relationship, how everybody interacted with each other. It was very captivating, right? Now, while a lot of people spent a lot of time in Atlanta, which is where the main character was, she had no problem with, heading back home and just showing everybody where she lived at. So it was real cute. Now, I will say that having grown up in like well, she was saying that having grown up in like big cities and all this, she just found that it was cute how they were interconnecting with the small town life, with the big city life, and then setting a mystery in such a location that felt like the perfect opportunity to kind of dive into like, the complexity of the relationships of, just American communities in general, right? Like it was a really good movie. And then the ending, child, I was just floored to the you could have just slapped me around because I was just completely I was like, that's the killer. I was shocked. I was shocked. I can't help it. I was shocked. Now, do I want to show y'all? Okay, so if it's not on this recording, then it'll be on the next recording. But I got Drake, I got pulled up that I wanted to talk to y'all about. Then I know y'all heard about um Kenya. Yeah, I know Kenya gotta pay them people their $80,000 for that lease, because the judge did side with the people, the homeowners. I mean the industry people, the landlord, the renting people. But yeah, she got to pay the landlord the $50,000, and this came out. Yeah, this came out when this came out. I think this was like Monday. Yeah, this came out Monday. So yeah, Team Twirl, y'all got to get your money together. This might be your last chance to go and support your queen. I think they got wigs, 50, 60% off, wigs, weaves. Oh, she got clothes she gonna be selling at her location. It's gonna be a big old yard sale. So If you out in Atlanta, then, yeah, it's even a flyer. Okay, so it is a flyer. So, yeah, it's 55% off everything. It's King's birthday sale. So, if y'all could make it out there, she said she posted, she said, "Hey, we're celebrating a monumental birthday the only way we know how. Big, bold, luxury savings. Location, Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Of the 55% off everything, custom wigs, Kenya Moore Hair Care, designer fashions, Prada, Alexandra McQueen, Versace, Christian Dior, Chanel, and more. Children's designer too. 55% off all dual price services booked before Valentine's Day. That's quick weaves, sew ins, head spas, silk presses, tape ins, K tips. This is Saturday, January the 24th from 12 to 5 p.m. Event, private event, limited space available. Let's see what else she got on here. That's a long ass flyer. Um, Tickets are required, must be purchased at the KenyaMooreHairSpa.com. No one will be admitted without a ticket. Parking information. Parking, let's see here. Okay. So free street parking, free parking in the building retail space only. Do not park anywhere that does not clearly state retail parking. Improper parking vehicles or improperly parked vehicles are at your own risk. We reserve the right to refuse admission. This is luxury. This is exclusive. This is a celebration you don't want to miss. Grab your ticket, bring your best energy, and let's make history. Get your tickets now at the KenyaMooreHairSpa.com. Hashtag Kenya, hashtag Kenya Moore, hashtag birthday, hashtag sale, hashtag Kenya Moore hair. All right, girl. It's unfortunate that Kenya never took the time to get mental health support for her obvious narcissistic tendencies. She got fired from a show that she was on for over a decade over something that was going to result in karma as soon as the evil idea came into her head. What 50-year-old woman ruins her own salon debut by trying to publicly embarrass another woman through revenge porn pics? She's literally, she literally did that. Okay. If somebody left that comment. Okay. Somebody else say, how do you pay for the ticket? I can't stand people sometimes. People just a mess. Somebody else said, I think she fixed her website. Kenya likes to do things last minute. Oh, okay. I guess the website was down. Oh, okay. I mean, go and support your girl. Y'all should. I mean, that is your girl, right? Don't be that way. Yeah, I was about to get out of here. And then I said, you know what? This looks so damn disgusting. I'm about to talk about this here. So I don't know if y'all know, because this just came out yesterday and Rolling Stones had reported on this. Now, if you ain't know, I'm going to go ahead on and tell you now. Now, Drake appeals his dismissal of the Not Like Us defamation case, calling, the ruling dangerous. Now, let me take these things off my ear. Okay. Now, Drake argues the lower court created an unprecedented rule that rap diss tracks can never be actionable. Okay. Now, this was written by Nancy Dillon. So let's go ahead on and go through this. Hold on. All right. Now, 3 months after a federal judge dismissed Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, that's UMG, the superstar rapper and his lawyers filed an openly appeal, brief toward today that seeks to overturn the ruling and revive his bid for damages over Kendrick Lamar's Grammy-winning diss track "Not Like Us." Now, in this new 60-page brief obtained by Rolling Stones, Drake argues that Lamar's track states, as in uh, unambiguous matter of fact, that he is a certified pedophile. He also claims that UMG recklessly marketed the song in a way that misled consumers and caused him serious harm. The brief context that the allegation carries, you know, hey man, I mean, that's very strong, right? I mean, somebody calling you a certified predator. You know what I'm saying? Like, has he been arrested and locked up for this? I don't know. Has he? I don't know. So yeah, but he was saying that basically that, people can misunderstand the meaning, you know what I mean? And people don't have the capacity or the capability of being able to understand that that's not true or that is false. You get what I'm saying? And so at a point, so his point is, that the district court previously acknowledged that, according to the filing. Now, Drake also claims that the dismissal of his lawsuit could have far reaching consequences by ruling that rap diss tracks are non actionable, opinion. The lower court created um, a dangerous ruling in a sense, right? That would shield artists and labels from defamation liability, regardless of how direct or damaging a statement might be. Now, he's arguing that, the court effectively created an unprecedented and overbroad category, ruling that statements in rap diss tracks can never be constitutionally statements of fact. So you can basically say anything and someone can't come after you. But the damage, you get what I'm saying? So I mean, I get it, cause I mean, he called the boy a certified pedophile. He was a fan. I can't even say what the F and the A and the N stand for, but he kept calling him a fan. You know, if you know, you know, you know. Hit that like button. Well, I don't even think they got a like button over here. Hit the follow button. Y'all know I'm trying to grow my following up. I don't know where am I at 15? I think I'm at 15. Try to get me up to 20. Try to get me up to 20 on this video. You know what I'm saying? If you one of the first five, I appreciate you. But try to get me up to 20. I really would appreciate if I woke up. Oh, not even woke up. I just looked over and be like, they messed with the girl. Okay. This is on Twitch. On YouTube, y'all just be doing what y'all do over there. I don't know. That algorithm a little bit different. I might have to do a little booty shaking video. Anyway. Now Drake previously, filed his notice of appeal on November the 12th in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in Manhattan, signaling that he would, challenge the October 9th decision by the U.S. District Court judge, you know, but in her ruling, she concluded that Lamar's lyrics accused Drake of pedophilia were, non-actionable opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like rather than statements of fact, or they know how to twist it and turn it. Now the issue in this case is whether not like us can be reasonably, understood to convey as a factual matter that Drake is a pedophile or that he has engaged in sexual relationships with minors. In the light of the overall context in which the statements in the recording were made, the court holds that it can't, that they just couldn't hold it and say that yeah, he had sex with minors, because they just didn't feel like Kendrick was that factual in what he was saying. I don't know about y'all, but I seen the videos with him hanging out with the younger girls, you know what I'm saying? Or like him like, "Oh, I can't wait till you turn 18." So I don't know. It's just weird. And then I think in Canada it's like 17 and here it's like 18 some places. So I mean, is he a pervert here but not there? I mean, is it just overall weird that older men be into younger girls? You get what I'm saying? And is it wrong if your older girls take advantage of older men because the older men are trying to take advantage of the younger girls? It's just a vicious cycle, right? But the judge ended up saying that it was just a broader context of the song. It was just a heated rap battle with language and offensive accusations hurled back and forth. And that, she was not inclined to, she was just basically saying that any would-be reasonable listener would not necessarily believe that Not Like Us was just true to fact. It was just verified information. You coulda just took it however you want. Cause remember Drake did make a comment and said that Kendrick was beating on his wife or something like that. So what if somebody like really took that seriously? He got a lot of female artists. Like, what if they would have started putting out you know, get rid of Kendrick because he beating on his old lady. You get what I'm saying? And it's not even true. Oh, from what we know, it's not true. But you know, I mean, he didn't sue Drake either. Anyway, in his filing, Drake's filing, Drake said the song's repeated reference to pedophilia combined with his, ubiquitous cover art and subsequently released viral video, it just basically it conveyed a very negative statement about him. It made a very negative statement look true. And yeah, he just feels like, a jury should be able to decide on this. He don't want a judge. He want a jury, goddamn it. Now, Drake's appeal asks the court to send the case back, insisting that insisting that his claim he was defamed by Not Like Us is a question to be decided at trial and not in a motion to dismiss. So he wanted to go in front of the people, child. Now Drake, whose real name is Audrey, Aubrey, whatever, he's suing UMG. He sued him last year in January, accusing the label of promoting Kendrick's hit song in a way that intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegations that Drake is a criminal pedophile. Now, he notably sued only the record label he shared with Lamar and not Lamar himself. So I mean, okay. I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game. Now UMG responded with their own motion to dismiss that ultimately did prevail. Basically, they said the plaintiff, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Basically, they saying he poked the bear, he got bit, now he want to sue the forest. Okay. Then they went on to say instead of accepting that his ass got bit by the bear. Mhm. Like other unbothered rap artists, he often claimed, that he claimed to be. He has decided to sue the record label in a misguided attempt to heal his wounds. Ain't that something? Now, spokesperson for UMG did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Drake's opening, appeal brief, but UMG responded brief, is due by March 27th. So yeah, no, I'm gonna be watching that. I'm gonna be looking because I wonder if this gonna go anywhere. The 9-track rap battle at the center of the legal war started making headlines in April of 2024. It exploded when Drake released Family Matters on May 3rd, and then the song incited, you know, look, it insulted Kendrick Lamar so bad that it incited him to go down a rabbit chain. Cause in the song, it had accused Kendrick of cheating on his fiance, being physical, like I told y'all. And Lamar responded with the back-to-back drops of Meet the Grams and Not Like Us, with the latter hook of Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophile becoming an instant and viral sensation. Not Like Us went on to what when Grammy Awards for Record and Song of the Year last February, which I know that pissed him off because now you really amplify. Like it was already not dying down, and I don't want a damn Grammy. Oh God! And then Lamar also performed a song during his Super Bowl performance, during his halftime show. So, I mean, there was really no letting up on Drake on none of that. I'm talking about none of that. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he didn't have no. Didn't he say he was playing back to back and what's his name? What's the man name? The one who fell. Wait. Right, Meek Mills. He said Meek Mills was downstairs. He was playing that song. Before we close, shout out to my followers who hear this every time because you never know who's listening. I'm building a self-parting hair tool so you can part hair clean, straight, and perfectly with no extra hands needed, not even a mirror. Still in patent, I am meeting with manufacturers to scout out those types of things, but it's real and it's coming. So when it drops, you heard it here first because I'm going to display it here first. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you wander with me, always remember consistency is key, and I'll be back with more. So until then, be easy.